Hello everybody. This week is a very special one. We're joining thousands of schools and hundreds of thousands of people who are learning about and celebrating Neurodiversity Week. In today's assembly, we're going to find out about what neurodiversity is and why it's so important. We are all different. Think for a moment. What is different about you to someone else in your class? Do you think of any of these things? Skin colour, eye colour, hair colour, a skill, or perhaps a talent?
But our brains are all different too. Different people's brains make us learn differently, behave differently, socialise differently with other people. Our brains make us who we are. Neurodiversity Week gives us the chance to learn more about differences in some people's brains called neurodevelopmental conditions. These are differences in how some people's brains work. They cannot always be seen, but might show up in how someone talks or behaves. This assembly will focus on 4: ADHD, ASC, dyslexia, and Tourette's. You might have heard of some of these. You might have the condition yourself, or know someone in your family or friends who has them.
So, what do these letters mean, ADHD? Well, they stand for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. ADHD can affect someone by making it harder for them to concentrate in school. They may need to move about a lot. They may find it difficult to organise themselves or their work. They might get easily distracted. They might find it difficult to follow instructions, and they might have lots of energy.
Did you know around 1 in 20 people have ADHD? That's probably one person in every class. People with ADHD can do amazing things. Just think of the singer and music producer will.i.am, or TV presenter Ant of Ant and Dec fame. ADHD can give people talents and a focus to really achieve.
That's so true. Michael Phelps has won 23 gold medals in the Olympics for swimming, and super famous singer Robbie Williams has made best-selling records and is a judge on The X Factor. And did you know that actress Emma Watson, who played Hermione in the Harry Potter films, has ADHD, and so does Olympic medal-winning gymnast Simone Biles?
Here is the hugely successful Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps again, talking about having ADHD at school and how sometimes he was treated differently because of it. Listen to what he has to say and think about how you think he might have felt at school with how he was sometimes treated.
What's up, guys? I'm Michael Phelps. I'm an Olympic champion and I have ADHD. Growing up, I was somebody who was always constantly bouncing off the wall. I could never sit still. If I could go back in time and tell my younger self something, I would tell him to believe what's in his heart and never ever give up. That's something that I've lived with my whole entire life and will continue to live with. It's been something that's changed my life since the beginning. I think the biggest thing for me, once I found that it was okay to talk to somebody and seek help, I think that's something that has changed my life forever, and now I'm able to live life to its fullest. I had kids who, we were all in the same class, and teachers would treat them differently than they would treat me. I had a teacher tell me that I would never amount to anything and I would never be successful. So it was a challenge and it was a struggle, but for me it was something I'm thankful happened, and I'm thankful that I am how I am. I look at myself every day and I'm so so proud and so happy of who I am and who I've been able to become.
Another neurodiverse condition is ASC or ASD. Its full name is Autistic Spectrum Condition, or some people call it autism. Autism affects someone in different ways. They may like playing on their own. They may find it difficult talking to others. They may not like loud noises. They may not like to play the same games without change, and they may get upset quickly.
Did you know 1 in 100 people have autism and around 700,000 people in the UK have autism? There is a video about autism that you'll be watching later in the week. People with autism can do amazing things. Think about Steve Jobs, who created Apple, who invented the iPhone, and Anne Hegarty, who's the quiz master on quiz show The Chase.
People with autism can certainly do amazing things. This is Paralympian Mikey Brannigan and TV naturalist Chris Packham from Springwatch.
What is dyslexia? Dyslexia affects the part of our brain that puts things in order, such as letters in spellings and words when we're reading. How can dyslexia affect someone? Well, people with dyslexia may find it harder to read. They may make regular spelling mistakes. They can be slower at writing. They can struggle to learn the names and sounds of letters. They might say things in the wrong order or hear sounds differently. And they're often very creative and great problem solvers.
For people with dyslexia, it can be hard to read lots of words on a page. Lots of people with dyslexia tell us that the words feel like they are jumping around on the page. People with dyslexia also tell us that words can appear jumbled or the wrong way round, which is confusing and makes reading very slow. Did you know 1 in 5 people have dyslexia? That's lots and lots of us.
But dyslexia certainly doesn't need to hold people back. They can do really amazing things. Richard Branson started a famous recording company. He started an airline and has now started space exploration. Will Smith has dyslexia and is a famous actor, comedian and singer. Their dyslexia helps them be creative in their thinking. The last of the neurodiverse conditions we'll look at now is Tourette syndrome. Our brains are very, very busy things. They tell our body what to do. For example, our brains tell our bodies when to breathe, which part to move, what to say, and lots of other things. Because our brains are super busy telling every part of our body what to do, it has to have lots of helpers called neurotransmitters that go all over our bodies, passing messages from our brains. In people with Tourette syndrome, these neurotransmitters don't work properly. This may cause tics. Did you know around 1 in 100 children have Tourette syndrome?
Some people with Tourette's have twitches or movements that you can see. These are called motor tics. The tics are automatic. They do not do them on purpose, which can make them very self-conscious or embarrassed. Some people with Tourette's make sounds and noises that you can hear, and these are called vocal tics. People who have Tourette's syndrome do not do tics on purpose. For people who have Tourette syndrome, these tics can feel very unpleasant and uncomfortable. And trying to stop a tic hurts. Try not blinking. You can do it for a short time, but the more you do it, the more it hurts. This is what it's like trying to stop a tic. So, what can you do if you know someone has Tourette syndrome? Well, here are 3 things we can all do. Don't tease them about their tics. Stand up for them if they are being bullied by telling a teacher or another adult, and help them join in. Don't leave them out.
And yes, you guessed it, people with Tourette's can do amazing things. You probably know Billie Eilish, but you probably didn't know she had Tourette's. And I bet you know Bart Simpson. Well, the animator in charge of the Simpsons cartoon is this man, Chase Raspberry, who also has Tourette's. And then there's famous actor, writer, musician and comedian Dan Aykroyd from the Ghostbuster movie. And lots of you will also know Everton and Man U goalie Tim Howard. They both have Tourette's.
So we've seen how lots of us have neurodiverse conditions. They bring special abilities and talents which we can all celebrate, but they can be worrying for people if others treat them badly through not understanding these conditions and how they sometimes make people look or behave. At St Mary's, we all agree we can support, celebrate and help everyone in our school, and that includes people who have the sorts of neurodiverse conditions we've heard about today. Who knows? We probably have some fantastic neurodiverse actors, musicians, TV presenters, business people and sports people in our school right now. What makes you amazing, and how will you shine brightly?